Hello friends, welcome back. Today, under the series of BSA Roles and Responsibilities, we'll be taking up next topic, design and mockups. Here the key thing is ensure quality is visually represented. So moving on to how you should be working on design and mockups. First is you need to have an assessment with the clients. So an objectives and proactive assessment has to be completed with your clients with the requirement level and understanding has been provided into the expected mockup designs. Proactively participate in design great experience sessions with the client. And then in some of the organizations you will have support from your developers to have those designs started mocking up on those using some of the tools or in some organization BSA needs to have that skill of working on those tools and they can start creating draft mockups or functional flows based on the assessments initial assessment that we have from the client and align these assessments with the studio team. So what that studio team may consist of is your project manager or product owner or engagement manager depending on the organization on the this should be aligned on details these key owners should be aligned on details screens that will be illustrated to the client. So here till this stage it will be draft screens. Before we present them we need to align it with these key stakeholders. Next comes, which is a very important thing within an organization, is brand compliance standards of your organization. So each firm might have different standards for UI presentations. So ensure discussions have occurred to specify specific UI attributes and are within UI standards. For high fidelity mockups, font size, character length, static text, contents, and overall design needs to be reviewed carefully. There might be some logo specific things that might be coming up on the UI that you have to check with your clients and be very specific and should be to the brand compliance standards. The design should be brand compliant with respect to firm standards. And one more review has to be done, which will be on the technical and business review. So the first technical review we required because some of the requirements or the design mockups may come from business, which we can draft it or mock it up. But when it comes to actual development, it may not be a feasible thing to design. So developers need to review those mockups and ensure that technical feasibility prior we review it with the customer. Then we can move ahead and review the wireframes or any other workflow or low fidelity mockup with the client prior to engaging if there is a design firm which we are planning to engage them to design our final product, or if it is an internal team, then prior to delivering it to the internal team we need to review those with our client and try to get a sign off on that. Best practices is final mockup design has to be frozen 2 to 3 weeks prior to the actual development sprints. Final and approved mockups need to get attached to tools such as TFS, for each user story at the backlog level, and always use a standard format to share user stories and mockups with the client. Usually in firms, people are using SharePoint as a common location where they upload it, and it has a version control. So if somebody goes and make changes, you will be aware of it. Then client mockups and design can be created and or modified. These are, I mean, this is one of the toolbars that usually I work on, but you will find other tools in Visio, MS Visio for functional flow diagrams, which it's up to the firm and BSA to select the tool and work on it. And the last one is not applicable for all the organization. It's only when if you are giving the designing part, the actual designing part to another firm to deliver it for us. So in that case, then you have an extra responsibility to set up the delivery expectations with the design firm well in advance, involve your product owner, project manager or engagement manager, and your technical delivery manager initially to align with the budget and timelines. Then regularly, I mean, schedule recurring and more frequent touchpoint calls in advance so that deliver you get the delivery of designs on time and with the quality we are looking for. So this is what I have decided to cover under design mockups. Please let me know your comments, and if you like this video, please do not forget to subscribe this. Thanks again, and we'll be back with another video. Thank you everyone. In our next session, we'll be covering user stories. We'll have a discussion